Yo, what's good, Meat Boys? Appreciate you checking out this video. He's Meat, I'm Boy, and this fight features Kyle Daukaus, aka the Dark Knight, taking on ya boy, Eryk Anders. And Eryk Anders, man, you never really know what to expect because this is a guy who's 6-7-1 in the UFC. We know him, he's the ex-Alabama football player, won a national championship, recovered a fumble at the highest level in the college national championship, and has had some success in the UFC. Fought against a lot of tough dudes too, right? Had to go up against Thiago Santos, Khalil Roundtree Jr., Elias Theodore, rest in peace, and Christoph Jocko, Andre Muniz. Like they fed him to a lot of killers, and he did pick up some nice wins along the way as well. Your boy Darren the Dentist Stewart, and he also won that split controversial decision over Gerald Meerschaert, aka GM3. And I'm curious to see if he has the skills necessary to take out the Darce Knight, who the last time we saw him, I'm honestly just surprised, Meat, that we're seeing him this quickly, because we just saw him June 18th of this year get his face completely shattered by Roman Dolidze, who we just broke down. Check out our last video if you missed that one. But nonetheless, that was a brutal face shatter, and I'm a little bit surprised to see Kyle Daukaus already coming back just 6 months later, and no favors too, because your boy can absolutely crack. So I'm curious to see if his face and its reconstruction is able to deal with the meat bombs that are going to be coming his way. And Kyle Daukaus, before he got his face shattered, did get some nice wins. Took out Dusty Dinks, Dusty Dinkelman, Dustin Stoltzfus, and also beat Jamie Pickett, submitted him with a nice Bravo choke, and that netted him the performance of the night. And we know the Nightwolf, Jamie Pickett, as a guy who is not that great, so it's tough to associate too much stock with that victory. But nonetheless, it was an opportunity for Daukaus to showcase his slick submission skills. I like the fact that he changed his nickname to the Darce Knight. I think that's kind of a cool nickname, and he's not that cool of a fighter, so it's a good step in the right direction, and that is his bread and butter. It's the submission game. So what are your thoughts on this one? Are you a little surprised to see Kyle Daukaus right after that face shatter being a -200 favorite against your boy, or is this just the perfect return fight that he needs to get his confidence back, get back on the right track, and a free, easy setup win to the disadvantage of Eryk Anders? Who are you taking in this one?
I like how you pointed out this is a very quick return for the Darce Knight. I mean, he got absolutely sent to the Shadow Realm from the homie Roman Dolidze, so I think a little bit of trauma flashbacks are going to happen when he sees him, and I think that Kyle Daukaus is going to freeze up in this fight and just relive those memories. And your boy, aka Eryk Anders, I think he's going to get a KO. I like the odds. I like the losing streak. I like that he's fighting Kyle Daukaus, one of the most lame fighters on the roster, who just got knocked out badly, so the chin should be very nice and sus, and Eryk Anders can throw some meat bombs, So I see this either being Kyle Daukaus gets an easy sub and Kyle Daukaus still sucks, or Kyle Daukaus, why are you still fighting? You should be in the recovery room from that last KO, and your boy knocks him out easy. It's going to be very interesting, but I got to go with Eryk Anders as the underdog. I like this. I like that no one's counting him in, and the odds keep getting better, which I love to see, because Kyle Daukaus is not the Darce Knight. He is a Darce bum. That's what he is.
Yeah, a lot of action is coming in on Kyle Daukaus, which to me is a little bit surprising when all things are considered. But what do you think it is leading to Tapology? I mean, 81% is rolling with the Darce Knight. Majority is Copper for that sub, so they think that, most likely he gets the submission. But there also is a lot of beige for the decision. There's even a little bit of brown for a KO, which to me would be shocking for sure. But what do you think is contributing mostly to the fact that Kyle Daukaus is a 2-1 favorite? Most of the action is going in on him, and 8 out of 10 people on Tapology are rolling with him. Why only 19% and a +170 spot for Eryk Anders, do you think?
You know what? My only logic can be is, Philly has a lot of degenerates there, so they are just hammering those lines and making it juicy for the boys. Because Kyle Daukaus kind of sucks, let's be honest. But also, this is the bad part, Eryk Anders sucks too. But I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit that Eryk Anders can knock out this sus chin now. And that's banking up the fact that Kyle hasn't recovered fully, which I just don't think. But also, people look at the age, 29 versus 35. Eryk Anders, he's only getting older and probably only getting worse. But Kyle Daukaus hasn't been looking better, and he should be getting better. He should be getting better every fight, and he's not. That's why I just don't like it. I don't like the odds for him. I cannot take him at all. But if I say you're going to take him, it's probably going to be a submission. I doubt he'll win the decision. If it goes to decision, it's probably Anders. I don't know. I just don't see Daukaus, being able to smother him or outpoint strike him. I don't know. I think Anders is too big, too strong, going to push him against the fence, beat him up to a pole, knock him out, or get subbed and let that neck hang. I don't know. It's a hard one.
It's tough for sure. And, to your point, Kyle Daukaus, although we have seen him fight 6 times in the UFC, the fighter that we saw debut against Brendan Allen, where he lost that decision unanimous, looks a lot like the fighter we saw most recently against Roman Dolidze. Like, there's been 6 fights, it's been 2.5 years, but we aren't seeing Kyle Daukaus make those huge jumps that you might expect from someone who is accruing UFC after UFC fight for sure. And in this one, I've been going back and forth. I'm pretty torn. I mean, I do keep looking at the age of Eryk Anders. I mean, he is 35. Kyle Daukaus is 29, so maybe he's coming into this one with like a new bionic face. He is the Dark Knight, so I mean, maybe the symbolism matches there a little bit. And I don't know, I wouldn't say I have the most bullish take on this one, but I am, for Meat Boy pick's sake, going to roll with Kyle Daukaus. I think a submission probably would be the best bet, but if your boy is able to like outstrength him and sort of just push the fight up against the cage, and due to him perhaps what the Georgian underdog Roman Dolidze did, then maybe this is bad news for Kyle Daukaus, because I worry that he might not have the strength advantage, and if that is the case, then I think he's probably going to be screwed for sure. But I don't know, maybe the length and the youthfulness and again the bionic face might allow him to just get this fight to the ground where he most likely needs it to be, and when there, we'll able to capitalize and eventually punish your boy. So I'm gonna go Kyle Daukaus, gonna go by submission, but at -200, and the fact that this thing keeps widening, definitely staying away from this, far from it. And I don't know. I wouldn't put this as a parlay piece or anything for sure, but reluctantly going with Kyle Daukaus, unfortunately. Any last thoughts?
Yeah, great point with the bionic face. Who knows if it's going to be such chin or iron chin. But yeah, I got to roll. I like the odds with Anders, and I think he could get it done. So that's what I'm rolling with. Throw in the comments who you got. You going to be a DGen like me, or are you going to go with the logical pick like Boy?